Hey family, happy Thankful Thursday. It's your girl Nev. I'm on my lunch break here at the school as I'm subbing today, and got to be with some students that I enjoy working with. And this week, and I say here on Thankful Thursday, I'm reflecting today, and what I realized is 7 years ago, I had to resign from substitute teaching. I couldn't actually teach. I couldn't teach at all. I could not work when I was student teaching. And that happened in January of 2019. During that time, that season of student teaching, I went through grieving. You hear what I'm telling you? Here it is 7 years later, around the same time, I'm experiencing the same thing again, grieving, right? It's definitely a heavy one to my heart. But I want to say that I'm thankful for my growth spiritually, that I am able to process and understand that my great aunt is definitely, in a better place. Her assignment is complete, right? So I want to say that on this Thankful Thursday, I'm just thankful for God's peace and having sound mind. It's crazy that, like, in my book, I do share that how when I almost finished getting my master's degree in 2019 is when I experienced 2 deaths, and I was battling with fighting for my divorce on top of being a mom, on top of going to grad school my last semester. It was overwhelming. And what had kept me was the spirit of thankfulness of the love and support I was getting during that time. In my darkest moment, in my moments of being rejected, in my moments of having to bury family, and fighting for divorce, like all at the same time, I still found ways to just be grateful. Like, I know that's crazy, but it is. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I remember definitely when my father-in-law had passed, I remember that days particularly of the day when I had to go see him. And my mentor, she actually, that day was my last day as student teacher in elementary. And she shared with me, she's like, she said, I know what you about to have to endure today. But on this day, because I was actually not doing well in student teaching, you have to get the book to read more about my story, right? But on this day, I want you to take a moment to celebrate. So it was truly a day of mourning that day, because of what, after I had left student teaching that evening, was the wake of my father-in-law. But she brought in cake. The teachers and her brought in cake. They gave me gifts, and they celebrated my completion on a day of mourning. It was such a beautiful, beautiful gesture that came back around to me just now to share with you guys. Like, in my darkest moment, God placed people in my life to teach me how to celebrate in the midst of the darkness, right? So shout out to Miss Stanberry, Patricia Stanberry. So shout out to her. And that day, she made sure I celebrated in the midst of the storm. You hear what I'm telling you? So she celebrated that victory of me crossing over that first half of student teaching, right? So every small step that you take, it gives you the power to keep on moving that next foot forward. You hear what I'm telling you? And when you are faithful and you're obedient to the assignment that God's called you to do, even when you're not strong enough to celebrate, He will make sure He has people around you to ensure that you know how to celebrate and be grateful in the midst of the storm. So on this day, on Thankful Thursday, I want to say I'm thankful for my growth Spiritually, I'm thankful for my village. I'm thankful for a sound mind. I have been having my emotions this week, missing my aunt, but her wisdom as I'm reading the word and reflecting on her, like today, I'm just grateful for God choosing me to be her great niece. So it's an honor and it's a privilege to have had her in my life. So that's what I'm grateful for on this Thankful Thursday. I know this may be a little heavy, but I just want to share with you like an example of like the power of being grateful, right? The power of being grateful. So that's my love note for you guys today. I have to hurry up and swallow something to eat before these kids get on back in here. But that's my message for you guys today. May you all have a thankful and blessed and joyful Thursday, right? Count it all joy. Count it all joy. The joy of the Lord is your strength. You guys have an amazing day.